Welcome to SOS Media, your #1 source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. We should find it strange that for a long time now many people have been trying to get information directly from R. Kelly. They had been yearning for him to talk about these allegations that have marred his career. It's now looking funny that we can watch all those R. Kelly interviews with people who have incriminated other people including themselves and no one seems to understanding. R. Kelly has talked but we seem not to understand. One wonders why we just cannot listen to what comes from the horse's mouth. At this point, however, it doesn't matter what you or any other person thinks about R. Kelly because soon the facts will prove that this whole case was manufactured, and if they had any evidence to support the things that they have alleged, they then would not go in overdrive manipulating the public using the media. I now realize that it has never been about the truth but rather about exploitation, a scheme where people behind the scenes are going to benefit from all these manipulations and ill actions. It however will never change the fact that the alleged key suspects in R. Kelly's trials including the bad act witnesses they used, were not credible even from the very start. Just be faithful to yourself and look at all the discrepancies that have marred R. Kelly's trials. It's unfortunate to note that some people have the energy to mock what R. Kelly says himself, yet I do believe that he is the sole person who knows the allegations against him better. R. Kelly has now and again talked about the details of a conspiracy to bring him down long since his interview with Gayle King. It's not rocket science for one to understand that people can use conspiracy as bait. I can confidently say that the greed for money is the sole driver of R. Kelly's current legal problems. I have particularly gotten so confused whenever I read through transcripts detailing Azriel Clara. I can tell you that so many people supported Angelo and the daughter Azriel in the past, but ever since the truth started trickling in, many have equally decided to call for their detention. The records that change the flow of the game are the transcripts that show text message exchanges between R. Kelly's ex-girlfriend Azriel Clary and her mother Alice Clary, which surfaced online on April 10. In the disturbing conversation, the mother is clearly telling Azriel Clary to entice and seduce R. Kelly. The pages containing these important details were released after the R&B king was sentenced to 20 years in prison. In the latest transcripts that found their way online, Alice Clary passionately tells her daughter Azriel not wear her glasses, have her hair aside and put on a show. We should note the fact that this revealing information was in the court documents, and believe me, you can't falsify stuff like this. This is not something somebody made up or the government made up. These are actual records from her daughter's cell phone, and it is expected that we have to hold these two parents accountable at all costs for what they did, and the lies that followed. That is what the law is just like and calls for. We all know that no American is above the law. Donald Trump is not above the law, and neither is Angelo and Alice Clary. It is just because at the end of the day, when evidence showcasing your guilt is available, you are supposed to be in a court of law without any reasonable doubt. With these developments, the online audience was left immensely disturbed after reading the transcripts. Many could not believe that Alice Clary was encouraging her own biological daughter Azriel to get involved with R. Kelly as a do-or-die affair. Several online spectators expressed distress at the fact that Azriel Clary was seemingly groomed by her own mother with the sole reason of siphoning money from R. Kelly's accounts. Quite a good number of people have noted that Alice Clary should have been put behind bars even before R. Kelly, and have also eventually realized that there was dire need of reopening this case up. We have patiently waited to see how all of these scripts will turn out and their impact during the appeal proceedings. There will be need to explore and detail the motivating factors behind the script authors. Despite the fact that there was an effort by the Clarys to have the public by their side, this has not come to pass and the truth has significantly prevailed. However, I can also clearly and from experience tell you that when you indulge in researching about these issues, you will be surprised about the levels of manipulation, corruption and evidence tampering that went on during R. Kelly's legal proceedings. The world surprisingly seemed too distracted to zone in on some of his most loyal supporters for evidence of innocence. It has looked to me like the people involved wanted R. Kelly to take a plea deal at all costs, but even when his defense failed, he refused to confess on things he was not involved in. Today people are starting to wake up to how the media has been manipulating the public about R. Kelly's legal problems for quite some time now. However, if you dig into the names that have been exposed, It will be clear to you about the levels of injustice that occurred during this trial that should have been readily exposed by bloggers and other people seeking to disseminate the truth. Of recent, we have heard so much audio being released on several platforms allegedly from R. Kelly and all of these passionate interviews. I find it strange that some people have declined to air his audio releases because they want to dismiss it as conspiracy. Now here comes another twist. In the 2019 interview with Gayle King Clary and another woman, Joycelyn Savage openly admitted they were R. Kelly's girlfriends and confidently claimed that he wasn't abusive towards them. Clary, who was 21 years old at the time, had also emotionally broken down in tears while angrily defending R. Kelly. Azriel Clary revealed in court that she had not been honest during that interview because R. Kelly had been present in the room during the taping and had watched them closely, but we have eventually come to learn that the change of goalposts was due to the pressure the people fighting to bring R. Kelly down had exerted on them. In the same year, during the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, Clary and her husband Angelo claimed that their daughter had been kidnapped by the Billboard artist R. Kelly after she moved to Chicago to become his protege. But still again the alleged text messages prove otherwise. One logical conclusion by the majority of the online audience and R. Kelly sympathizers was that he was for sure not aware of Azriel's real age, but Alice Clary set him up. Azriel Clary is an American singer born in Orlando, Florida to Alice and Angelo Clary. She showed interest in singing at a very young age and made it obvious that it was what she wanted to pursue in life. It is known that she attended high school, even though we currently don't have any records of the exact high school she attended. There is also very little information about whether she has other siblings, though we hear of a sister called Alice Clary. Due to her love for singing, she had the chance to meet American singer R. Kelly at the age of 16 and moved in with him afterwards to try and pursue her dream of becoming a singer. Her popularity has been based on her relationship with the R&B king and everything that transpired between them. On the other hand, Joycelyn Savage was born on 22nd of July 1995 in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. She is the daughter of Timothy Savage and Joycelyn Savage and has a sister named Jalen Savage. Joycelyn left her parents' and family home in Chicago, Illinois when she was 17 to pursue a music career. Although she attended school, she dropped out later and left home to become a singer and model, but after meeting R. Kelly, she stayed with him for many years and never worked professionally. But in August 2022, Savage released her first book. In 2015, when she was 19, Savage went to a concert where she met R&B singer Robert Kelly. Since Savage wanted to be a singer and model, R. Kelly is reported to have told her that she would make her famous and be the next Aaliyah. Savage left college and moved in with Kelly in his Trump Tower condo. It is unknown when R. Kelly proposed to Savage, but in a letter to Judge Ann Donnelly, Savage claimed she was R. Kelly's fiancée, though Savage's parents, through their attorney, said that Savage never made the engagement known to them. In August 2022, Joycelyn Savage announced in her book that she was pregnant with R. Kelly's child. Savage wrote that she found out she was expecting a child several months after R. Kelly sent her an engagement ring to her home, the day after he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.